Today, the first topic that we'll take, this one is mass and weight. The mass means we have mass is the quantity of matter. For example, if we have 6 marbles are there, these 6 marbles on the surface of earth and on the surface of moon will remain 6 marbles. The quantity remains same, but the weight is something which proportional to the gravitational pull. So weight is equal to mass into g. Now the gravitational force on the earth is 6 times than that of the moon. If these 6 marbles weighs 60 gram on the earth, these things we going to weigh 6 times 10 grams on the moon. So one point student remember, mass is the quantity of matter which remains, means if it is 6 remains 6 in the earth, moon, maybe on the surface of other planet, but mass, weight is a thing which depends on the temperature, or directly proportional to the gravitational pull. So earth gravitational pull is more, this is why a substance weighs more in the earth's surface compared to the surface of the moon. So these things, I think mass and weight, these things we have read in the physics also. So next topic we are taking abbreviation. We have prefix, symbol, submultiple. Then again we have prefix, symbol, submultiple. So first of all you learn this one: deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, pico, femto, otto. Then two more: jepto, yocto. So deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, pico, femto, otto. Nano means n, 9. Then pico means -2. You just remember, deci 10 to the power -1, centi 10 to the power -2, milli 10 to the power -3, then 3 multiple, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. So deci, centi, milli, micro, nano, pico, femto, otto, zepto, yocto. So this part you have to remember, and multiples also you try to remember. Then deca, hecto, kilo, mega, ziga, tera, peta, exa, zeta, iota. Symbol is dA, H, small k. So from here to here the small alphabets are there. From mega we have to write the alphabets in capital: M, capital G, capital T, capital P. So here this peta and this pico. So pico means small p 10 to the power -12, peta means capital P 10 to the power 15, exa E 10 to the power 18, zeta Z 10 to the power 21, iota Y 10 to the power 24. Now student, you have heard that we don't tell that 10 centimeters. So why this is 10 centimeters, 10 kilometers, rather we tell 10 kilometer. The symbols of unit do not have plural ending. So kilometer is kilometer, you cannot write kilometers, centimeter like that. Now another point student we want to do some useful conversion factors. In this one, length, volume and pressure we are taking. In length, actually if I write 1 angstrom, that become 10 to the power minus 10 meter, that become 10 to the power minus 8 centimeter. So this is angstrom, a to the power 0, like that. This is the angstrom. This one called angstrom. Another point student remember, 1 centimeter is 10 to the power minus 2 meter. In volume of unit, volume is 1 meter cube is equal to 1000 liter. Another one, 1 liter equal to 10 to the power 3 centimeter cube, or centimeter cube is can be written as ml also. 1 centimeter cube equal to 1 ml. Another point, 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube equal to 1 dm cube. Deci means what? Deci means 10 to the power minus 1. So 10 to the power minus 1 meter cube, that turns to be 1 dm cube, decimeter cube. Actually 10 to the power minus 1 meter into 10 to the power minus 1 meter, 10 to the power minus 1. So this is decimeter, 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 the decimeter cube. Pressure. In pressure we have to learn 1 atm is equal to 1.036 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal. Another one, 760 torr is equal to 1.0136 into 10 to the power 5 Newton per meter square. So this is what we have learned in this. You just go through them. You have to write all these things in your copy. Another point is that this table you have to memorize, and these things are very much important when you do some problem based on the same. So next one, convert into basic units. If I write 28.7 picometer, so you just remember 28.7 instead of pico you have to write 10 to the power minus 12. In the last page we have learned that this is pico means 10 to the power minus 12 we have to write. And if you have do this one, that become 2.87 into 10 to the power minus 11 meter. So how you will calculate this one, student? You just remember this. If I have 28.7, if the decimal moves towards left, this is 2.87, then in the power 10 to the power plus 1 means power moves towards right. So if I have this one, this is 15.15 microsecond. Micro means 10 to the power minus 6 second. So this can be written as, now again student, remember this one decimal we are moving towards left, so 1.515 into 10 to the power minus 6. Now decimal moves towards left, then this one actually 0, from 0 it become 1, so it can be written as 1.515 into 10 to the power minus 5 second. So one point what you remember about decimal and point, if decimal move towards left, How many places it is moved towards left? 1 places. We have to write 10 to the power plus 1. If the decimal moves towards right, then this one you have to write 10 to the power minus 1 if it moves towards 1 place. So next one, 7 nanometer. It is simply, instead of nano, you can write 10 to the power minus 9 meter. And this is petameter. So 14 into 10 to the power 15 meter. So 14, it can be written as 4.1, 10 to the power 16 meter. So next point, student, we have to read about your scientific notation. So scientific notation, in scientific notation you have to represent a number like that, n into 10 to the power n. This n, this is exponent, may be positive or negative, means power may be positive or negative. This n is a number 1 less than or equal to n and n less than 10. So this is how we can write something in terms of scientific notation. So if I have given one number 1234.25, so this number can be written is like that: 1234.25, 10 to the power 0. Anything to the power 0 equal to 1. Anything to the power 0 equal to 1. So this into 1 means this. Now if I shift the decimal point 1 place, 2 place, 3 place towards left, so 3 places I shift, so this one shift 3 places towards right, so 10 to the power plus 3. So what we can conclude is that if your decimal moves in that side, your power moves in right side. If the decimal moves towards left side 1, power moves towards right side 1. So this is your decimal, this is your power. So another point I am taking in this category is that if I have 0.00123, so 0.000123 into 10 to the power 0. Now if I move that one up to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 1.23. So how many places? 1 place, 2 place, 3 place, 4 place. So that is 10 to the power, it is decimal moving towards right, so this one moves towards left, minus 4. So this is how. And why, student, what is the requirement? We are writing that one in that format, or if writing this one in this format, because your value of n must be in between 1 to 10. So this is why we have written in this format. So in the next phase, student, we are taking the more things. We are taking next heading, we have temperature. The temperature, having 3 scales of temperature are there. One is your Celsius scale, another one is your Fahrenheit scale, another one is your Kelvin scale. Kelvin scale, this is the SI unit of temperature, it is Kelvin. So whenever you solve a problem, you have to solve temperature, you must take in Kelvin, because Kelvin is the SI unit of temperature. Now we have the relation between the Kelvin scale and Celsius scale. Kelvin equal to degree Celsius plus 273.15. For convenient, in some time we have to take 273 only. And your degree Fahrenheit equal to 9/5 degree Celsius plus 32. So this is the degree Fahrenheit scale. And student, for you can relate Fahrenheit with Kelvin also. You have to put the degree Celsius value from here, so that you can solve your own. So we have learned 3 scales: Celsius scale, Fahrenheit scale and Kelvin scale. Next one, convert the following into the scales of other temperature. So if we have solving this one and this one, for time being these things you take as homework. I think you can do. First one I am doing. So if I want to convert that one into the Kelvin scale, Kelvin equal to 25 plus 273.15, so 298.15 in terms of Kelvin. The same one, if we convert in the Fahrenheit scale, degree Fahrenheit equal to 955 degrees Celsius plus 32. So 9 by 5 into 25 plus 32, this is 5, the 45 plus 32, 2 plus 5 is 7, 3 plus 4 is 7, so 77 is degree Fahrenheit in the 47. So this is how we have to calculate this one. So and next one, at what temperature both the degree Celsius and Fahrenheit scale read the same value? Answer to that one, let degree Celsius equal to Fahrenheit scale equal to x. So we know that degree Fahrenheit equal to 9 by 5 degrees Celsius plus 32. So x equal to 9 by 5x plus 32. So by that you calculate 5x equal to 9x plus 32 into 5 or minus 4x is equal to minus, we take that one, 4x equal to 32 into 5, x equal to 40 is your answer. At 40 both your degree Celsius and Kelvin scale read the same value. Just a student calculate out whether that was correct. 5x, 9x, 5x, 4x and this one minus is okay. So up to this student, thank you.